A young and stout male met with an accident. He sustained multiple injuries, fracture of femur and tibia, and he was stabilized at surgery soon after admission. He is in stable condition. After 2 days of admission, he suddenly became dyspneic and developed tachypnea and tachycardia, irritability, restlessness, and prolonged delirium, coma, and death on seventh day. What is your provisional diagnosis? The diagnosis is fat embolism. Fat embolism can occur when fat globules are released from the bone, usually during long bone fractures. These fat globules can travel to the lung and obstruct the pulmonary vessels. Release of these fat globules can also occur during rimming of the intramedullary canal. These fat globules also cause the release of inflammatory mediators which cause endothelial lung damage and hypoxemia. Fat embolism usually occurs in trauma patients with multiple fractures, especially in the fractures which involve the pelvis and long bones. This fracture will cause liberation of the fat and thereby fat embolism. Fat embolism occurs more with the closed fractures of the lower leg. The fat globules may also travel to the brain, and this is called cerebral embolism. The fat globules may also travel to the skin capillaries. Trauma patient with long bone fracture, usually the femur, and in between 1 to 3 days the patient may develop fat embolism. The classical triad of fat embolism are respiratory changes. First one, the fat globule affects the pulmonary vessels and the patient will have difficulty in breathing, which will result in dyspnea and hypoxia. You see this from the history, the physical examination of the patient's vital signs and blood gas analysis. Second one is neurological signs. The fat globules may travel to the brain and the patient may have confusion, alteration of the mental status. In severe cases, the patient may have seizures. And the third one is petechial rash. The fat globules can affect the dermal capillaries. The diagnosis of fat embolism mainly depends upon the patient history. So the patient history is very important. Patient will have a long bone fracture and the condition usually occurs 1 to 3 days after the fracture, and the classical triad of fat embolism is respiratory change, neurological changes and petechial rash. The mortality rate involving fat embolism will be around 10%. Fat embolism usually occurs earlier than the deep vein thrombosis. Which patients are at risk for fat embolism? Patients with femur fracture, patients that have no cooperative treatment or non-operative treatment, over-reaming of the fractures, patients with pathological fractures, especially in bilateral femur fractures. Try not to fix these fractures in the same sitting. Multiple fracture patients are always at risk of fat embolism. Coming to the pathogenesis of fat embolism, microvascular obstruction and FFA mediated endothelial injury leads to pro-inflammatory cytokines like IL-1, interleukin 6, tumor necrosis factor alpha release. This will cause ARDS. And arterial hypoxemia and cerebral vascular injury from FFA intermediaries will cause encephalopathy and focal neurological deficits. Vascular stasis, microinfarction, and FFA mediated endothelial damage will lead to the rupture of the thin walled capillaries, which will cause petechiae. And elevated tissue factor excess thrombin and fibrin generation, aggregation of the platelets, and consumption of coagulation products will result in disseminated intravascular coagulation, thrombocytopenia, and anemia. Diagnostic criteria for fat embolism. First, major signs: diagnosis of exclusion, respiratory, shortness of breath, hypoxemia. Oxygen saturation will be less than 60, and there will be pulmonary edema. In the neurological, there will be confusion, agitation, altered mental status, drowsiness, and petechial rash. Axillae, conjunctiva, palate. Rash occurs in about 20 to 50% of the cases, usually appears within 36 hours. Rash will be self-limiting and it disappears in about 7 days. Now coming to the minor signs. There will be tachycardia, pyrexia, anemia, thrombocytopenia, and fat in the urine. For the diagnosis of fat embolism, one major sign and four minor signs are mandatory. Early stabilization of the long bone fractures will reduce the risk of fat embolism. The outcome of the patient after fat embolism depends upon the pre-injury condition of the heart and the lungs. Frozen section of lung stained with oil red O shows multiple orange-red fat globules of varying sizes in septal vasculature. This is the autopsy finding